But
Yeah,
it's just
and it
like,
probably compacts in the dirt layers.
yeah, that's certainly true.
It's quite a loud car. Number 6.
Chris,
You want to know number 6, Mark?
what's your number 6 tired
Well,
meme?
that's a good thing you asked, because that's what I was just about to tell you. Number 6 tired meme, what people think I do.
Oh, a classic. A true classic.
So we've got a picture up here, got a picture here, got a picture here, got a picture here, got a picture here, but got a picture here.
6 of them.
Representing things that people think you do. Various people. Mother, family,
Society. What I think I do.
yourself, and then what, culminating into the final square, what I really do. What I actually do, that kind of thing.
How did it start, Chris?
It started on Facebook, actually, in 2012, February 2012, around abouts. That's the. It's hard to pin things down when they originate on the internet, because everyone's
Especially
borrowing
on social media.
and remixing, if you will.
That's pretty recent though. It's very flash in the pan. You don't see them anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's such a universal idea that people can relate to everyone's jobs, and it can be sort of malleable enough that we can find it funny no matter what you do. You could be like a sewerage worker, you could be like an office worker, you could be a prime minister. You know, it's just universal, you know. Whereas Doge, you know, you have to like dogs or whatever. Or,
or have an opinion on them or something.
Yeah.
I can see how what people think I do started on Facebook. There's so many of those click here survey quizzes that what sort of X are you? You know, or what does this say about you?
It became folded in on itself. In a way.
About itself and nothing but itself.
Yeah. And then everyone was like, why are we doing this still? And that's why that was number 6 on the tired memes list.
Certainly.
Go have for a sleep. What I think I do.
I know it'll wake you up.
Number 7 will
My
wake
next
you up.
meme. Chuck Norris facts.
Really? What? Nice. Well, tell me some things.
Just, you know, when people used to make sort of hyperbolic just comments about Chuck Norris and his strength.
I remember that,
and his beard and stuff like that. Everyone has beards now, and Chuck Norris's beard really isn't like, when you see it, like, no. I mean, he's got a bit of an alright goatee or anything, and I don't think he would look right with just a goatee, but his chops aren't really
choppy enough.
No. He has some of his own favourites though, and he says that his favourite and the first one he ever heard, and one of the ones that he often says now when he's promoting various politicians and things like that, is when Chuck Norris does push-ups, he's not pushing his body up, he's pushing the world down.
It's powerful. It's a powerful visual. So you know what I said when I heard my first Chuck Norris joke?
Okay.
Number 8 in the tired memes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're talking about oh my god. We're talking a picture of a girl with a real face.
And what a lucky, excited young lady.
She's just stumbled upon a whole pile of Goosebumps books.
Goosebumps books. She's got all the Goosebumps books.
People took that picture and just made it into an image macro by putting lettering above and below.
Saying what, Chris?
They said, Goosebumps, my favourite books.
But what do you think, like, oh my god represents? Like, just this little overwhelming, like, instead of it being this sort of zen thing, like Doge, of like, oh, I feel overwhelmed, but like much, you know, I'm a dog so I can handle it. This is like, the cup's bubbling over, isn't it?
It's
there's
very much about becoming unchained, and maybe that's and also just a bit overexcitement.
Unleashed, if you will.
I'm putting Oh My God to bed because I think it's a tired meme. I mean, it hasn't been around for a little while now. It could deserve a little bit of a second life if someone can think of something creative, but other than that,
maybe bring the Goosebumps back into it. Like, maybe there's more to look in the Goosebumps aspect of it rather than the Oh My God.
Perhaps so.
Goosebumps were popular long before the internet really became a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
was it a thing for you?
Oh yeah, I loved Goosebumps, and I never collected them all, but I had friends that collected shelves upon shelves of Goosebumps, and I would just borrow them off them, and I had my favourites. So It Came From Beneath the Sink, about a devilish possessed sponge. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of 9, what has 9
lives? What has 9 lives? Leave it in the comments below. Cats. Lolcats is my number 9 tired meme. My most tired meme If you're not familiar, Ken Has Cheeseburger might bring about some sort of memories. Mark, you familiar? You familiar?
I remember it all. I don't know if I feel as passionately about it as you do, but I like that you have strong opinions about all this.
I do. It's just
why do you despise Lolcat so much?
It was probably the quickest sort of forming broken English meme and the earliest, in my opinion. And that really sort of it got me angry because, you know, people have iPhones and they autocorrect and then they purposefully have to go in and press the little X next to the suggested words.
Yeah.
And to actually make that happen, it's just so much effort for something that's wrong.
Yeah, that's true. And the kind of like encouragement of stupidity and
the popularity of stupidity.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, stupidity is popular, but that was particularly hitting a nerve for me because I was always quite picky with my English, even though my handwriting's terrible.
Oh,
I always spell correctly though.
But, you know, everything's typed these days. You know, no one cares if you've got a chicken scratch. Okay.
It's assumed to have originated in the 1870s, surprisingly. So it's just, I think cats with captions has been something that's been around for quite some time.
Not just predating the internet, but predating computers themselves.
Yeah. Almost beating photography as well, but obviously because it started with photography by a man named Harry Pointer. I'm reading this off here, a British photographer. He used to write amusing text underneath photographs he took of cats wearing clothing, like humans. So the Lolcat movement, said to have sprung again from 4chan in 2006, which is probably quite an early meme.
Dangerous territory. One of the probably safest things from 4chan.
I think so, yeah. There's some pretty stuff on 4chan. That was my top-tied meme, but what's your top-tied meme? Number 10 in our total top-tied meme list.
The phrase or the concept of meme itself.
Yeah.
First coined by Richard Dawkins in his 1976 book, The Selfish Gene.
He's quite smart, quite polarizing at times.
He certainly is a bit contra, as our friend Ross would call it.
Contra, yeah.
But he's chapter 11 of The Selfish Gene talks about if genes are what fuels biological evolution, then memes or sort of pockets and parcels of human culture is what develops human language and the exchange of signs and metaphors and symbols and myths and things in a culture, in a society. And what I wish we had more of when we discuss memes is, instead of it being this sort of checklist of, oh, have you heard this, have you heard of this one, is seeing them as something with a mind of their own and perhaps even their own intentionality. We are built as gene machines and cultured as meme machines.
Yeah.
But we have the power to turn against our own creators. We, alone on Earth, can rebel against the tyranny of the selfish replicators. So we can make our own memes.
We can make a movie out of that.
We can grasp control of them. They are at our beck and call. These technological connections are ours to wrestle control of. We gods.
What a great top 10 list of 10 memes. Mark, what should people do if they want more from us, Mark?
Click, like, subscribe, watch, comment, share.
Mark and Chris show. My goodness, what a fun day this has been. We'll be back next week, as always. And leave us in the comments below if you have any ideas of what we should do next. And like, subscribe, as Merck said. And we'll be back next time. Kisses!